our last video, we bought a sailboat, and we named her Rejoicing. Blair successfully maneuvered her into her new slip. We had to head back to Truckee for a couple of weeks, so we didn't have time to do much more than just get her settled.
Let's see, so I was thinking it'd be useful to share a little bit, kind of an addendum to a prior video that we talked about the dream of living in the mountains, and then all of a sudden we have a place in Channel Islands Harbor. And so I just wanted to emphasize that the dream for the mountains, for me, that's like a lifelong dream. Family went to Yosemite growing up. I love those trips. Climbed Half Dome, all this different stuff, had so much fun. And I think for you, for me, too.
I would say it more started in my late 30s and early 40s when I started hiking with friends and going to Yosemite, doing the high country camps, and also just kind of reminds me of when I used to walk in Oklahoma. We had 400 acres in Oklahoma, and then my dad would take us out walking and point out the trees. So yeah, I just really fell in love with the mountains too, and hiking and mountain biking.
And so I think with the mountains, we would have been here, but for two things really. One is that about a year and a half ago, my father at age 91 became gravely ill. And so we were down there in Southern California, about an hour inland from Channel Islands Harbor, where we now have the boat, caring for him. And when we got breaks, we'd go around and look at some of the harbors that my dad and I had raced in my youth, and then we started paddleboarding. So that kind of got us thinking, wow. And then also just a nice way of staying connected with my dad.
And your times of being on the boat with him and racing together.
Yeah, I raced for 20 years growing up. It was a massive part of my life. And then when I went to grad school, it was far away from water, and I was good with just saying, okay, that season of my life is kind of tucked away, and then I had a different season of life.
Happy wherever you're at.
I mean, you got to try to find joy wherever you are, definitely. I think both, and in work too, and we both have loved our careers to pieces.
And I also, another big factor is we kind of needed an escape. It's, with the fires, especially the last couple of years in the summer, sometimes the fires just go on for a really long time and the smoke is terrible, and we both have asthma, and it's really hard to get outside and exercise and enjoy the beauty of the mountains when it's so smoky. So we needed a place to escape, and there's less likely a fire there on the coast in Southern California and fires here, and it can happen, but it's less likely.
Yeah, and usually, recently when Northern California's been burning, we've had a couple of years where the smoke is just everywhere, all of Northern California. And so it made us think of Southern California. And then also my younger sister lives relatively close to the harbor. So that was a factor too.
And we're getting to spend more and more time with her and her family, and it's just really wonderful.
Yeah. And then after Dad passed, he left a little bit bigger of an inheritance than I think my two sisters and I had anticipated. And it was just enough that with going to all the harbors and thinking about that, and the smoke sometimes being so terrible up here, to have a backdoor escape, we just jumped. We started looking and got a 1-bedroom condo at Channel Islands Harbor. And a really quick thing on that is why Channel Islands Harbor. It's the only harbor south of about Santa Barbara that nobody's heard of. Even people in Southern California don't know where Channel Islands. And so basically the prices are cheaper because of that. So that was where we could afford.
And it's beautiful.
And it is, it's really beautiful.
You're really close to the Channel Islands, and it's a beautiful county, Ventura. It's a lot of agriculture, and there's wonderful hiking in the mountains nearby.
Yeah, absolutely. I will probably show that sometime with our video.
Share that with everyone.
And then, but we still, as far as jumping all the way to a sailboat, sure, with my prior history of sailing, I'd sign up for that. Although I'd be intimidated. It's getting a big boat, isn't it? You know.
You were in a 29-foot boat with your dad, is that?
22.
22-foot boat with
So
your dad.
jumping to 35
That's a big
is
jump.
intimidating.
Yeah.
But I think Celia gets seasick, and so it didn't seem doable.
Yes, I have had some seasickness, and so it did seem a little crazy to make the suggestion. But if I'm honest, I don't think I really saw myself being that involved. I thought, oh, he can buy it with a friend, and they can go sailing, and I'll go out with them on little short sails every once in a while. But I have to say, I'm really excited about this adventure, and I'm really all in, and I know that I can overcome the seasickness, and I've been out, 3 times now, I think? 3 times? And it's been manageable with a little over-the-counter medication, and everyone says you get your sea legs, so I'm counting on that. But I think what really was kind of the turning point is Blair was talking about sailboats, and we were looking at electric boats, and he would say, wow, we can get a sailboat for that price. And he was talking with friends about his love of sailing. And then we met this woman down in Channel Islands Harbor, and she was talking about how she gets seasick, but yet she owns a 65-foot boat. And I realized, after more of talking to her and seeing the boat, that she really did it out of this love for her husband. And now he's got an illness that he's struggling with. And I just thought, I don't want to waste this time. I want to make sure that we've both lost parents at around our age. And I just don't want to waste this time or have my husband miss out on this opportunity, or myself miss out on this opportunity. So we jumped in, and even though it didn't seem financially feasible, we went for it, and I'm not sorry.
Thank you, Dad, for leaving us the money to make it happen.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have happened any other way. And now we'll be sailing this 7.5-ton boat around, and we'll see where we get next. And look forward to having you join us in the adventure. We really don't know where it'll go, but we'll find out over time.
Yeah. We returned to Southern California. We got to celebrate our friend Helen's birthday in her beautiful home in Old Pasadena with her family and friends. Lauren, who was visiting from Hawaii, gave us a little concert, and Blair led us in some singing.
Birthday greetings, my boy. We'll be out till 4:03. Would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
We enjoyed showing Lauren the beautiful Channel Islands Harbor by paddleboard. Hi, thanks for coming by. Hello. Thanks for swimming by. You gonna go play with your friends? I heard them calling you. They were in the process of doing routine dredging of the harbor, but we managed to get rejoicing past the dredger and out for our first sail. Pulling up the dirty mainsail, which is going to the sail loft soon to get cleaned and mended. And boy, it was a lot harder than I expected. It was a bit of a workout. So.
It would get easier with you.
Yeah. So anyway, yay, woohoo, we're doing it.
All right, what do you have to say?
We are sailing. We're
Awesome.
under sail.
Awesome.
And the way the wind is, we can consider raising the head sail.
We're not going super fast, probably because we're going through that, I guess, that California current. But we did manage to get the Genoa up as well, the head sail up. And this is our first time with just Blair and I, so. Okay, ready to tack.
Attack? Okay. Tacking. Release. Good job, sweetie.
How do we look, honey?
That's good.
All right.
So as our first few delightful days with rejoicing came to a close, we brought her over to the boatyard at Channel Islands Harbor. She needed anti-fouling paint and lots of little things. Probably the most exciting for us is getting new lithium batteries for the house batteries and an AGM battery for the start. And there she goes. So we'll see her back, they said, in about a month.
Next time on Rejoicing, we'll be back in the mountains.